Lawmakers are advancing a bill that could result in more take-home money for most workers in the state next year. The individual income tax rate could be lowered to 3.5% if a bill passes the General Assembly this year. The income tax rate used to be 5%.
That bill passed its first test this morning. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on what the bill will do.
House Bill 1 would further reduce the state income tax by 0.5% next January, since economic factors were recently met.
To make sure that we're methodically proceeding rather than doing so too abruptly.
The end goal is to eventually do away with the entire individual state income tax, but lawmakers say they're doing it a little at a time, and their formula does not call for increases in sales or other taxes.
We've not done that heretofore. That's not in the way we're projecting things out. This is more of a budget that leads the conversation, not a tax increase that leads the conversation.
Kentucky state income tax is currently at 4%, down a full percentage point from what it used to be at 5%. Economic triggers were met for 2 increments of 0.5% over a 2-year period, but those economic triggers were not met for it to be lowered this year. The bill easily passed the House Budget Committee with 17 yes votes, but 3 chose to pass.
I don't see any reason to vote no on this bill yet, other than not really being 100% agreement on this entire model of going to where we're going.
Some economic groups have voiced concern that Kentucky will face challenges with permanent tax cuts.
Before these cuts began, the income tax generated 40% of general fund revenue, and with this cut, it will have been reduced by 30%.
Governor Beshear has expressed concern over doing away with the state income tax, but has indicated that he would likely support this cut. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Now, there are 9 states with no state income tax, including Arizona, Florida, Tennessee, and Texas. Some of those states do have higher sales taxes than Kentucky.